One of the other things you needed to do when you come up to inspect a brake was touch the glass and see how hot it is. If you cannot put your hand on it and leave your hand on it, then we need to cool this windshield down. Now there are some people who will work a brake no matter what the temperature, but most people need to be cooling that windshield down. If you get on a brake that's real hot, put too much pressure, you'll cause a daisy very easily. So we've touched the glass, too hot to leave our hand there, we need to cool it. First thing to do is get the windows down. Get the air on the inside, cool it down. Get the car into the shade if you can. Come up to the brake, and a lot of guys will rob a 1-inch vacuum cup off their UV screen. You don't really need all 4. We'll take a bottle, add 50% water, 50% rubbing alcohol, and take and spray it over the entire windshield. This will evaporate and pull the heat off that glass. If the windshield's very hot, we will go to the inside and spray the inside of the glass. And if we're worried about getting the alcohol on the dash, depending on what type of vehicle you have, just spray paper towel very wet and rub it on the glass. And again, as this water evaporates, it will pull the heat from the glass. Whenever you get ready to take your suction cup off, dry the area around it and above it to make sure the water won't run down that you've sprayed on and get into the brake, because then you'll have to wait and get that water out of the brake. If your brake has cracks coming around from it or it's very large, then go ahead and use the larger cup. But again, do this without spraying water underneath it. You can do it either with the arm in there or not. Make sure none of the water can seep into the crack that would be coming out from here. Now the key on this is to cool the windshield down, but try to maintain an even temperature between the top piece of glass and the back piece of glass. And that's very important in the winter. The glass must be at the same temperature and not bowed up or bowed down or have stress built into it. Because when you get on this windshield and work and start putting pressure on cracks and things, you do not need to have extra stress on this glass. So the glass should be the same temperature on the outside as it is on the inside, and you'll have a lot less chance of cracking the windshield out. In the winter, when I come up to a brake, first thing I'll do is hop inside, run a couple matches on the inside, and get it warming up. Once I've got it warmed up, then I'll go to the outside, do my inspection, and see if there's any water in it. So in the winter, just to warm them up, we need to run a match or 2 or 3, depending on how cold it is, and heat it. When you heat right at the brake. Do not heat from the side. If you place a trouble light over here or some unit that will make heat move to the brake, you can cause it to crack out. So apply your heat right at the back of the brake. Do not let heat develop from the side for some reason and move over, because again that'll cause it to run to the heat source. Some guys will use the defrosters to warm a glass up. It's a little dangerous sometimes, because as the heat comes up from the bottom of the glass, the crack will want to run towards the heat. If you are going to use the car's heater, do the heater that'll blow down on the floorboard and try to heat the entire glass evenly.